Hey kids, well I figured I would be positively out of line if I waited one more day to update you on my journey to becoming a BBW. Yes, a BBW. Now, for those of you who do not know what a BBW is, allow me to enlighten you. A BBW is a big, beautiful woman, and ladies and gentlemen, that is what Courtney here is becoming. Yes. Let me tell you about my recovery. So some of you were like, okay, Courtney hasn't made a video in a long time. Must be that she has died because she quit eating altogether. Maybe she's a crazy, I don't know. I mean, I've got all kinds of concerned emails from you guys, and I figure, I mean, this is terrible that I haven't made a video. Honestly, I've just been busy. Like, my partner at work quit, and so I have been getting up at 5. I have to be there at the crack of dawn, and I have class until 10:15 at night. And somehow, just at the end of the day, I was like, do I want to make a video? No, I want to go to bed. I mean, really, just sleep one. But I'm sorry, tonight, I'm all yours. I'm all yours, baby. Listen. So so let me tell you about my progress. First off, let me tell you what I had for breakfast this morning. This is amazing. To you, this may be a small thing, but to me, this is a very, very large thing. These are big things. Let me tell you what I had. So for those of you who are overcoming / have had experience with an eating disorder, you know how pungent odors can be. Food odors is what I'm talking about. Like, you can smell the scent, like a distant scent of like barbecue, and you can tell exactly what type of marinade, you can tell what type of sauce, what type of little seasoning. You can tell the exact number of minutes that, whatever has been grilling. Okay, so I am there at the rec center. I'm watching, the kids. I run my little kindergarten program in the morning, and all of a sudden, this heavenly smell comes wafting in. It's like, oh, the smell's coming in, and like my nose is like, what's that? What's that? Oh man, they were making cinnamon rolls, like homemade cinnamon rolls, in the kitchen on the other end of the rec center, and I'm just like, oh gosh, this is a sweet temptation, And so I grabbed my supervisor. I'm like, hey, you, come here, supervisor. I was like, babe, you've got to give me some cinnamon rolls. And so he comes back, and he has a cinnamon roll, which is frosted, right? It's frosted, and it has sugar cinnamon on it, right? And it's like he went nuts. He was like, shake, And this thing was like practically the size of my face. I joke you not, like the size of my face. And I'm sitting there with this thing on the plate, and I'm like, oh man, well, I can't do this every day because this is not healthy. But you know what? I ate that thing. I ate it, and like with no remorse. I ate it. As I was eating it, I just had the biggest, dumbest grin on my face, like just stopping to think that, okay, 3 months ago, if you had said, Courtney, would you be able to eat this particular, showing me a photo of what I had for breakfast this morning and said, Courtney, would you be able to eat this without like, throwing up / kicking yourself in the ass afterward? And I would have been like, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to eat that. No, I ate it today. I ate it, and I was happy. I ate it, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry I ate it. It was good. And you know what? That's just the most mind-blowing thing, because to you this may not mean much, but to me that is nothing short of miraculous. It's amazing being able to do all these things that I was not able to do before. And, in the same token, I don't want to give you the false impression. A lot of you say, okay, well, recovery just doesn't happen overnight. And while I want to say that, like, the perspective-changing woman, and truly that's what it's all about, like, people who say that anorexia is a disease of weight, of your body, and they say that's what it is, foolish, it's dumb. I have recovered many times physically, like I've put on weight many times physically, but what I'm talking about is in the mind. Like, honestly, it's all about perspective. I would be lying to you if I said that I didn't think that these thin, super thin models who have legs that at no place touch, that have thighs that are like a mile apart, I would be lying if I said that I didn't want my thighs to be a mile apart. Like, I would be lying if I said that I didn't mind this little stuff that I can grab now that I have acquired due to eating like cinnamon rolls for breakfast, etc. / eating, period. I would be lying if I said that I am happy about my weight gain from an aesthetic standpoint. It's not easy, even when your perspective changes. But what has happened to me is that all of a sudden, in a moment, a lot of you have sent me messages like, okay, explain further. Like, tell me what happened to you. Tell me what happened that just snapped, that you were suddenly, like, healed. Healed. I tell you, all of a sudden, everything that is important hit me. It was like the most mature moment of my life. And it was something that truly, it was a godsend. I mean, nothing short of a godsend. Because, I was talking to my dad, he's like, Courtney, you're so thin. And all of a sudden, I just realized that, someday when I'm on my deathbed, assuming that I get there at a reasonable age, because at the weight that I was and feeling the way that I felt physically at the time that I made this last video, I would not have been living for very long, because I could feel my organs just kind of crying out like, please feed me. It was happening. But let me tell you, I just had this feeling that someday, I do not want to be able to say that I traded mile apart thighs, for life. I don't want to trade life for thighs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a trade that I want to make. It was like all of a sudden God gave me this perspective of what is important. I realized someday I'm going to get old and wrinkly, and it's not going to matter what I weigh. This is such a stupid, superficial thing that I was just like, okay, this is sinful, not to mention idiotic, and which isn't to say that, again, that I enjoy looking at myself in the mirror after I get out of the shower and going, oh man, Courtney, you probably put on 10 pounds, I don't appreciate that per se, but let me tell you what, I appreciate the fact that I have my life back. It's amazing. It just happened all of a sudden. And yes, there are days that are better than others. It's a lie. It's a lie if I say that I don't struggle at times and think, oh man, look at how much I just ate. Because these things take time. But my perspective has changed. And that, my friends, is nothing short of a miracle. I can only give God glory for that. I can only praise Him for that. And, for you guys who are out there struggling, I just want to say that life is so short. Are you gonna trade your thighs for your friends, for your family, for years of your life? Like, I understand that at some degree, at some levels, this becomes such an intensely psychological thing that you don't have a way out of it. But for some of us, you go through points where you really you can look at it logically. Guys, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, just think about it. Think big picture, guys. Think big picture. Anyway, let me tell you, I have some more stories. I had an adventure today getting my hair cut. Next time I make a blog, I'm going to tell you guys about the haircut adventure. But, I need to go. But I hope you all are doing well. My schedule has changed somewhat. I don't have 10-15 classes anymore. So, yeah, so I'm going to... I know it's like the kiss of death for me to say this, but I really will try to update more often. My life shouldn't be as hellish hereafter. So anyway, I am praying for you guys, truly. And I hope you all are doing well. Love you. Mwah!